Good morning, Mimi. Good morning, Agza. Very good. Come on into the room. Welcome. Welcome. Let me flip this around. My name is Marvin LeBlanc. Come on into the room and say hello. Good morning. Ann Mixon. Are you new to us, Ann Mixon? Please tell us where you're from and what you would like to gain from this morning's broadcast. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the hearts, guys. And by all means, please go ahead and share with your followers. This is going to be some good content. Good morning, Stacy. This morning's content is on referral strategies that literally are going to work for you. Oakland, California, excellent. These referral strategies are going to work for you today before the end of today's business cycle. Good morning, Stacy. That's what my purpose is this morning, Just Musey, is to assist you. Hello, the Mike Robbins, who is the maker of kombucha and kefir. So that's what I learned just a couple of nights ago from Mike. And I think Mike is over there in England, if I'm not mistaken, either Birmingham or Nottingham or some point in between. Thank you for the hearts. Appreciate those blue hearts. Do we have some purple hearts and some green hearts? Miss Charlotte is back. So wonderful to see you back, Miss Charlotte. And I'm going to deliver some great content for you today that will help you with your referrals. Finn65 is back in the room. Hey, Finn, thanks so much. And click on that little Perry person, if you will, and invite some beautiful people into the room for some good content on how to actually earn referrals on a regular basis. And so just in a second, we're going to get started. We're going to let a few other people, let's see if we can get the number of peeps in the room, maybe to 20, 25 people on this beautiful day. Hope it's beautiful where you're at. And I hope that you're in a mood to take an idea and be active with the idea, because if all you do on Periscope is watch and you don't take the idea, write it in a notebook and put it in an action, then all you really have done was entertain yourself, but you're not moving yourself towards better skills. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I guess I should introduce myself. Good morning, R.B. Brown. R.B. Brown is a very knowledgeable, competent insurance professional in the state of Kentucky. He's actually in Frankfort, Kentucky, so anybody in any parts of Kentucky that just needs some advice on how to protect their assets or grow their wealth, I do stand by my recommendation for R.B. Brown. So R.B. Brown, put up your emojis one time again so that the people in the room can actually follow you on Periscope, because when R.B. talks, he's very articulate, and it's impossible to not follow R.B. Brown and not learn something. I just want you to know that I'm here, but I'm listening while I work. So sorry if I don't contribute. That's okay, Charlotte. That's okay. There's going to be also some resources at the end, some free resources for you, so that you can actually take the tools and put them in action in your workplace. So let's go ahead and begin, shall we? Again, my name is Marvin LeBlanc. I've been an entrepreneur since 1978. And I have been a fully commissioned salesperson for all those years. That means that if I don't have proper sales systems and I don't earn a commission and I don't make a sale, then I don't eat. Okay, and so eating became something that's kind of important to me. I'd like to eat, and so as a result, it's important to develop good strategies. So let me start by saying that genius, the first requirement of genius is the ability to recognize the blatantly obvious. And then the second part of genius is to, once we recognize the blatantly obvious, we develop a simple, repeatable system of performance. And so I am the founder of Marvelous Performance Systems, and I work with individuals and corporations all over America to work smarter, sell smarter, and live longer. So here's one of my referral strategy systems. Right here is a referral letter. It's just a simple letter, and I'm going to read the letter to you. And if you'd like to have a copy of the letter, you just go to my website at MarvinLeBlanc.com and request the resources from this morning's referral strategy broadcast. Free of charge. There's no charge involved. Here's what the letter says. Your business means a lot to me. Great customers like you have helped give our office a strong reputation for customer service, and we value your opinion highly. That's why I'd like to offer you, as part of our new referral program, a gift when someone you refer gets a quote from us. If you know of someone who could benefit from our great service and great rates, please pass along one of my business cards included. If that person contacts me and gets a rate quote from us, we'll send you a $10 gift card as a token of our appreciation. Let me stop right there. There is a huge challenge with vendor list, or buying list upon list of people that you don't have any connection to. The public has revolted against receiving constant telemarketing calls. Okay, you cannot robo-dial in the insurance industry, and probably even in your industry, without entering into legal challenges, or quite frankly, just pissing off people, okay? And so what we're saying in this letter here is, this letter right here can go out to literally today to your customers. And what you're saying to the customer is, hey, if you like what we've provided, go ahead and share our cards, and whoever stops in, calls in, maybe clicks on at our website and asks for our offer, whatever it is. You may be selling cleaning services, you may be selling bricks, you may be doing proposals for flowers at a wedding. It doesn't matter, it's the concept that matters. Welcome, Brad Hootmacher. Brad is also an insurance professional in the Rochester, New York area. I know him personally. He is competent, he is professional, he is someone you too should follow, because he'll do some interesting insurance scopes from time to time that will widen your horizon and help you increase your knowledge about what should and should not be recommended in the areas of insurance. So this letter is just going out to the customer. Okay, now I want you to take a deep breath. This is a system. This is a process. It's not a project. And when I'm saying to you that it's a process versus not a project, is it's something that you consistently do over and over. And it doesn't matter if there's bouts of time where you're not getting results, because it can come in clumps. But the key thing that you can control is making sure that you stay inside the system. So we have this letter. We tell them their business means a lot. We tell them to share our cards. Welcome, David Ballou. We tell them that, hey, if they bring in our card and they get a quote from us, we're going to give them a $10 gift certificate. Now, look, that's not really that expensive, because after all, the average lead, if you buy it from a vendor service, is probably going to end up running you $10 or more anyhow. So wouldn't it be better, if you're the business owner, to spend $10 on a referral that was referred to you by a client than it was for you to spend $10 for a stranger that has no connection to you and is not tied to someone who's already a client? Another way of thinking of it is this. If I sent you 10 qualified referrals, Would you give me a $100 bill? You better. Because let me tell you, if I sent you 10 qualified referrals, which is about $10 per referral, and you're working with 10 people that can buy your proposal and buy your offering, and they were qualified, you're getting off cheap at $100 because advertising is expensive. So what I'm trying to tell you here is we don't work from a spray and pray kind of concept. We're not trying to have commission breath all over a bunch of people. We're just reaching out and inviting our customers to share our cards with other friends, neighbors, coworkers, or relatives that might appreciate a cup of coffee with real people that's not going to try to break their arm to buy insurance, okay? Does that sound refreshing? Okay, does that sound appealing with all of the noise that's out there? Just, hey, can we just hang out with you is kind of the approach. Thanks for the hearts. I love those hearts. Beth Hoover, welcome to the broadcast. Today, Beth, I'm giving out free resources that will actually help you immediately use referral strategies that I'm teaching today to actually land you referrals before you go to bed tonight. So that's what the topic is. So then this letter goes on to say, your business means a lot. If you know someone who could benefit from our service, have them bring in the card. We'll give you a $10 gift certificate, token of our appreciation. And then the letter goes one step deeper. And you can use this. You can use this letter. I will send you the letter. And if you want to doctor it up, you can. I'm not going to suggest for you to doctor it up. Why? Because this letter works. This letter works, so don't screw it up, okay? There are quite a few times in life when someone would appreciate being referred to an insurance professional you're happy with, to a florist that you're happy with, to a strength coach that you're happy with, to whatever that you're happy with. And the categories that I put down of the kind of people that I want them to think about is, how about a new neighbor that's recently moved into your neighborhood? Do you think they would appreciate meeting someone that you trust that's not going to have commission breath all up in their face? How about a coworker that relocates? How about a family member that needs car insurance or homeowners insurance? So you would fix this to your own industry. You know, if it's architects, if it's chemical engineering, okay, fix it to your own categories. And then the fourth little bullet points that I have here is a friend gets married or has a baby. See, those are all life events. Now, the reason why it's critical to have those 4 bullet points is because a lot of the reasons you're not getting referrals is a couple of things. Number one, are you not getting referrals because you're not referable? And are you not getting referrals because you're not giving them categories to think about? So lots of times, if you don't give the customer or the prospect actual categories to think about, then they don't know who you're looking for. So if you tell Sarah, I'm looking for anybody that I can write insurance on. If you ask for anybody, you're going to get nobody as a referral, folks. Okay, so you have to man up, if you will, and get a little more specific and tighten up your presentation and help them. You have to learn how to coach the customer or prospect to help you. Now, this is a letter that simply can go out in the mail. Where else can this letter go? It can go out in an email. Spell it out a little more, Mike. Okay, I'll spell it out for you, Mike. So this right here is a letter asking for a referral. And I'm going to send you this letter that you can use and you can modify to your own industry. There's psychology built into this letter, and this letter works. Let me say that again. This letter works. So don't modify it too much. So you could have this letter going out, whatever, 5 envelopes a day. Maybe you can put it in an email form and send 5 emails a day requesting referrals. I would suggest for you not to send out 100 of these at one time, because you could actually end up with too many referrals. Well, how is that possible that you could end up with too many referrals? You could end up with too many referrals because if you get 50 or 60 referrals in one day and you don't follow up with them promptly, okay, you've lost the integrity with the customer who gave you the referrals. Yes, Mike, that's exactly what we're doing. We're spelling it out to the client, and pretty much the conversation kind of goes like this. So Sarah, we've just worked with you on your insurance. Are you happy with the work, that we do? Oh yes, Marvin, your group is fantastic. I really enjoyed y'all. Y'all are Johnny on the spot. The phone never rings more than 3 times before a human being picks it up and speaks English. I really do appreciate y'all. Well, Sarah, can I ask you a question? Sarah and no one ever else has said, no, you can't ask me a question. So I don't know I don't know the answer to that. If somebody says, no, you can't ask me a question. So I asked for permission. There's that word again, permission. Can I ask you a question? We have a letter that we love to send out to our customers, such as yourself, so that you guys have an opportunity to share with your friends, neighbors, coworkers, or relatives the type of service that we do over here at MarvinLeBlanc Insurance Agency. Would you be willing to help us with that so we can work with some of those people? Maybe it's somebody that's right there in your cell phone. There's probably 5 or 10 people right there in your cell phone that you've called in the last week or two. Who is in there that we can help you with, that we can help them? Okay, now I want to come out of the role play for a second. And I want y'all to be truthful. Beth, I know, will be truthful. Mike will be truthful. David Ballou is a close friend. He's definitely going to be truthful. I want you to tell me how it felt when I was going through that word track. And even though I went through it real fast, did you feel like I was being too aggressive, or was it was pretty comfortable? Tell me, comfortable, too aggressive? Comfortable, too aggressive. Type it in at the bottom. Was it comfortable? Yeah, warm. That's a great word. Warm, trustworthy. Okay, comfortable. Yeah, yeah, comfortable. See, I'm intense, right? Y'all seen other broadcasts where I'm a fired up dude. Y'all all know that. Okay, but there's a time and place for that. And so I want to be really gentle with the customer. And I want them to know that I'm damn sincere and excited that they're working with me. And the reason is I know that they have other choices. They don't have to do business with me. I had a man come in here yesterday, and I think he placed like 5 different pieces of business with us. And everybody was laughing and cutting up when he came in. But I pulled him on the side and I said to him, I said, Brandon, I appreciate that you're working with us, but I want you to know it's more than that. I really appreciate it. I know you have other choices. Tell your prospects or customers that you know they have other choices. Let them know, however you say it with conviction, and you don't have to yell, but you look at them in their eyes and you let them know that you really do give a damn. Okay, so that's a referral strategy that I wanted to share with you right there. And where can you do that? You can do it old school through email. Old school through the United States Post Office, or you can do new school and you send it out via email. But do not send out 100 of these letters today, because you could get swamped with too many referrals. Now, I'm old school and I grew up with a yellow pad. And I did all my presentations on a yellow pad, and usually that was about, I think there's 26 lines on an old yellow pad. And what I would do is at the end of every appointment, I had a little sticker on my briefcase that said, ask for referrals. And so if I'm putting up my paperwork, back then I was on a kitchen table talking to them. If I put up my paperwork and I had forgotten to ask for the referrals, this little piece of tape said, ask for referrals. And then I would ask. And I would write down the names, phone numbers, any descriptions of the people that were being referred to me by mom and pop on my yellow pad. And usually the yellow pad had 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of referrals. So at any given one time, I could have 100 referrals that were basically just waiting for me to call them and say, hey, we've not met before, Sam, but Sharon and John suggested I give you a call because they felt like I was the kind of person that you'd appreciate working with. And so there I was, off to the races, setting the next appointment. So I hope that this was helpful for you. And then I'll show you this last one. This is just another sheet. And this is a different sheet here. It says here, we appreciate your business. Our job is to help people avoid the 2 biggest financial mistakes. Well, most of your customers don't know what the 2 biggest financial mistakes is. And so like Mike said earlier, I spell it out for them. Well, Marvin, what are the 2 biggest financial mistakes that a customer could make? Number one, the number one financial mistake they can make is that they're not properly insuring what they have. So a claim could happen, they get a portion of a payment, but it's not enough to pay the whole claim. Man, that's going to make some very negative conversation. They're not going to be too happy. So you have to educate them. Educate, educate, educate. Educate. The word educate comes before sales in the dictionary. That's something you might want to think about. Okay? Educate. Okay, so the 2 biggest financial mistakes. Thanks for the hearts, guy, and do another share if you can. I appreciate it. Thank you for those hearts, especially the purple, gold, green. There's some purple. Okay, there's some green. We need a little gold in the house. Can we get some gold hearts in the house? Ooh, red. And there's some gold. Yeah, baby. Just, oh, now. Look at me. I'm kissing those hearts. I'm showing you some love. Okay, so we see, I love doing this with you because I want you to succeed. What I'm working for right now is I'm working for you to send me an email where, man, Cajun boy, I took these simple ideas and I'm getting referrals. Clients are most comfortable when they feel properly informed. Yeah, sometimes, Mike, I think people rush too much, man. Like, for instance, if you're going into an appointment, take that freaking phone, that cell phone, turn that son of a gun off, okay? The freaking world can wait for an hour. When you finally get focused in on the customer, whether it's me focused in on you, like right now while I'm doing this broadcast, I went outside, I told them, all my team members, I'm on a broadcast, and I locked the door, okay? So whenever I'm in an intense moment, I want to just tell you, be where you are. Would you just be where you are? If you want to go to dinner with your wife and kids, then darn it, be where you are and turn everything off and be focused in the moment with people. David Ballou and I and 5 or 6 other guys in late January, we're going to be up in a cabin in North Alabama, and we are going to be where we are in the fellowship of each other. And we're coming from 6 and 7 different states so that we can fellowship with each other. So if you put in the kind of time to get to a certain place, then when you get to that place, be at that place, right, Mike? Yeah, so Mike's getting that. Be where you are. Hell, I think some people get people to call them just to try to impress somebody that they're that busy, okay? And by the way, just another thing, a little sidebar, because some of the sexiest times that happen on the broadcast is when somebody gets the flow, and that's this. This is worth writing down, okay? Busy and business are 2 different things. Busy, B-U-S-Y, and business are 2 different things. Just because you're busy doesn't really impress me. Are you doing business? Now that's impressive. Okay, you can be busy as hell, but if you're busy as hell working on the wrong things, your business is going to suck. Here's what I'm telling you. This letter works. This letter works. Business and business are definitely two different things. Yes, Miss Charlotte. Miss Charlotte's still alive even though she's working. Now this letter here is a customer-facing piece. So there are people here that still work face-to-face with customers, and those customers are not on Periscope. And so let's take the example of, let's take the scenario that somebody, a customer of yours, you and a customer were working together today. You were either following up on an order, you might have done maintenance, but it's somebody that you regularly see. And so they come in, and let's talk about Sarah again. So we're going to use Sarah as the role play. So I take this sheet, and Sarah has just finished receiving the service that she needed when she came in. Okay? And so I tell Sarah, lots of times I just read it off the sheet. Okay? Don't try to become so professional that you're not even believable. Okay? People that are too polished, my customers are blue collar people. Actually, I got 3 sets of customers. I got white collar people, I got blue collar people, this is not a joke, and I have no collar people. And my no collar people are basically my customers that come in just in a t-shirt, okay? So if I am all persnickety and all professional and all too polished, I'm going to scare the hell out of them. Okay, and besides, I can't be too polished. I'm a Cajun boy, and so I didn't grow up like that. Construction workers, that's a perfect example. If I had one of my construction workers come in today, he's got mud on his boots, I'm going to give him a cup of coffee, okay, and I'm going to be in a suit and tie with the construction worker. Man, we're South Louisiana. We're laid back over here. Okay, what he wants is realness. If he's got a problem with his pay plan or some payment or something, he wants to come in and bitch to the man. So you have to have open access. Authenticity, says Stacy. Exactly. Miss Charlotte says in the beginning, I try to be polished, but now that I'm just me, I'm so much better. Yeah. See, all along, what they were really wanting was a piece of you. The people that are my lifers that regularly follow, they have decided that their core values are aligned with my core values. Nobody's going to come onto a scope with somebody where they don't feel like they're aligned with the core values, okay? People are not stupid. They can feel whether you're a giver or a taker. All right, and so what I'm trying to do is just deliver some very simple resources. And so with this right here, with the customer, I have old Sarah in here. And Sarah, I'm so glad you came in. You may or may not know it, but the 2 biggest financial mistakes that you can make is not being properly insured for what you have, or number 2, you fail to plan for the future. And so Sarah, if you'd be so kind, we are working with you, and that's fantastic, but we'd also like to work with some other people, some friends or neighbors, maybe some co-workers or relatives that would also really appreciate us taking the time to help them and talk to them about what their program is. Here's the thing, folks, whether it's the insurance industry or whatever industry you're in, the large majority of the customers are clueless about what they're buying. They don't really know what coverages they have for the contracts that they have signed. And so I have looked at my agency as an educational insurance institute. We're not just a bunch of charlatans selling something that nobody wants. That's a key thing. Mark, you need to call me at my office in about a half hour at 504 731-6767 so I can get you the name of that insurance professional over there in the Tampa or Clearwater, Florida area. And Mark, I do want to know the update on how your wife is doing. So Mark is one of my lifers, and I'm one of his lifers. So give me a call, 504-731-6767. The other thing, just a sidebar, is no matter what state you're in, I'll be glad to share generic insurance advice with you, and then I take it one step further, because that's what Cajun people do. It's called lagniappe. It's going the extra step. It's similar to the baker's dozen, when the baker gives you 13 donuts instead of 12. And so what I'm telling you is, if you're in another state, whether it's Texas, Kentucky, Tennessee, I know insurance professionals in all states of the union. I talk all over America. I will personally hunt the right person down to sit with you and have an ethical cup of coffee to review your coverages. I'm only licensed in the state of Louisiana. So if you're in Kentucky, I would have to refer you to someone that's over there. Mike, could you put up that last that last comment I just missed? So wherever you are, you can ask me some advice. You just go to my website and shoot me an email. Tell me what's on your mind. If I can help you, great. And if I can't, and you need somebody in your state, then I'm going to do that. Okay? Now, I want you to hear that. Can you do that for your lifers? You definitely can. You can refer business all over, and then they can also refer business into you. Imagine what I'm doing. Think about the possibilities of reciprocity if I am generating referrals all over the nation. Eventually, their sons and daughters are going to come to LSU. They're going to come to Tulane. They're going to come to Xavier. They're going to come to Loyola University. If there's a friend or neighbor, any customers that come to Louisiana for school and live here or move here and work, I'm going to get that referral. If they're going to have a convention, a New Orleans convention, okay, and they're from all over the nation, they're going to call me to go out with them that night. Okay, they do all the time, and I'm going to learn a whole bunch. So share the love. Okay, it's not just all about you growing your own business, is what I'm saying. So that's what I had for you today. I have these two resources. You just ask for them go to my website and ask for them. I do already. I know qualified AV integrators all over the country. Exactly, Mark. By the way, man, this guy Melville68, y'all need to follow him. David Ballou, you need to follow Melville68. And the reason is, Mark, David Ballou's a personal friend of mine over there in Texas. He's OCD. He's a geek, and he got mad at me because I didn't have flat screen TVs for the last football season. So he said he wasn't coming to visit me unless I got rid of my old tubes. And so the only reason why I even have a freaking flat screen is because he insulted me. But then I was on your scope the other night with this, what you call it? Not sound card, sound. Tell us what you do. It's called sound. It's a strip of, it's called, I don't think it's called sound bar. Okay. So this dude right here, Melville68, he'll save you a hell of a lot of money, and he'll make that flat screen that you think is so good. That flat screen is nothing like what it's going to be after your boy Mark soups it up with some sound bars. And it doesn't cost an arm and a leg, but I want you to think about something. Why would you not pay more money for a great sound bar? Because if you're sitting there all the time watching movies on a cold night or something like that, okay, the sound quality is not worth a damn on most flat screen TVs. But if you get old Mark involved and you let him give you a little sound bar love, you're going to feel like you're at a 3D movie or something, man. Okay, so check out Mark. His name is M. Elbow 68, but his name is Mark Elbow. Very articulate. Add the great sound to the great picture. Yeah. So man, so when I got that flat screen, boy, I thought it was something good. And then I saw Mark's broadcast, and I said, oh shit, it could be a lot better. So that's my scope for today. I want to end by just sharing with you, if you haven't seen this before. Let me see if you can see this. Okay, so what we have right there is just a list of what's going on. Those people that, let's see here. Here we go. So, I do have a tip jar at my bio, and so if you felt like you would want to contribute to the tip jar because of the content, you can do that in any increment, whatever, $5, $10, $20, whatever. The other thing people have requested is they've thrown money into the tip jar and sent me an email and said, yeah, Marvin, I'd like to give you $20 for 20 minutes, and then they get a piece of Marvin and we cover whatever they want. Then I have a $45 special for 1 hour where I will talk to you for 1 hour on the phone for $45, and we'll cover your business plan, your referrals, your sales tracks, how to ask for an appointment, whatever it is that I have struck a nerve with you, and we'll rock and roll on the phone or on Skype. And that's only $45. Then there are people that want to buy the book, Come Hell or High Water, Life Lessons from Hurricane Katrina. And that book can certainly be bought on Amazon. But for $20, if you make a contribution at PayPal for $20, I will actually sign the copy of the book and send it out to you. Also, there is a new book that people have asked me about. Just wanted to tell you this. This new book is called The 13 Rules for Solid Business Growth. The reason that book came out is people constantly ask me, Marvin, what questions were you thinking after you lost everything in Hurricane Katrina? You had to put the business back together. So what were the key questions that you were thinking about every day to grow the business? And so for those of you that would like to see that, it's $10 for a signed copy. Let me put this up properly. $10 for a signed copy of the 13 rules. And then there's a $49 special for the 7-pack. And so in a 7-pack, if you have other individuals in your organization, you literally are going to get it in a nice little pack like this so that you can have it. You can put it in your pocket, and I'm suggesting that you use it over and over. So I also will tell you, anything that you ever spend any money with me on it, if you feel like you didn't double the return on the investment, send me the stuff back and I will recirculate it to people that would love to have the material. And then for free resources today, I've got 3 free resources for you. And let's see if I can put this up. And if you guys want to take a picture of this, the first resource, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. The first resource is MarvinLeBlanc.com, Entrepreneur Checklist. So that's Entrepreneur Checklist. The second one is MarvinLeBlanc.com, Team, and MarvinLeBlanc.com, PSP. So I want you to be thinking about what I'm fixing to say. Okay, the Entrepreneur Checklist that you're going to get is literally when you drink that cup of coffee in the morning, you literally are going to go through this checklist and meditate on these are the key daily questions you need to ask yourself if you're an entrepreneur. These are the daily systems that I work every day to be a consistent entrepreneur. These are the daily meditation and self-evaluation questions that I ask. And it's all on one page. It's all on one page. Did you get that? That's where the genius is. It's all on one page. So you say, man, I don't know how to be an entrepreneur. Well, you don't have to know. What you have to know is you learn from somebody who's made all the mistakes. How much does that cost right there? It's free. It's free, okay? The other thing is I just gave you one that says team on it. And so if you're working and you're having conflicts with team issues, maybe you're a baby boomer having to work with millennials. That's a topic that's been really popular lately, KC Design. Yeah. How do I get that? Okay, it's real simple. You're just going to go in and go www.MarvinLeBlanc/entrepreneur checklist. And then you're going to go MarvinLeBlanc.com/team. What is the team? The team one is this one right here. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. What happened there is this is based on hundreds of talks and talking to team members all over America. And they were telling me what it is that they want out of their job. Well, guess what? You mean like this weekend with my 15-year-old? Yeah. Well, this right here talking about teams, okay, what I found out is what their bosses thought that the team wanted is not at all what the team said that they wanted. Oh, so what does that mean? That means that's a disconnect. That means that it is an opportunity for a hell of a lot of conflict. So wouldn't it be great to have a resource, an infographic that lays out the 6 things that have been told to me over several years of what the team wants? Well, there it is, baby. MarvinLeBlanc.com/team. And then the last one is called MarvinLeBlanc.com/PSP. Now, the PSP stands for from Periscope to sellable product. PSP, Periscope sellable product. Hey, AJ, I'm almost at the end of the broadcast, but I promise you, if you go back, I promise you I will generate referrals for you based on today's broadcast. So PSP stands for Periscope to sellable product or program. And what I am saying and giving and sharing with you in that infographic is that if you follow the steps in that infographic, you right now, and I do mean you, that's over there on Periscope, you don't know where you're going just yet. If you follow those steps, you can use Periscope to end up with an online product, an online course, an ebook, a book, a seminar, a list of coaching services that you offer inside of 30 days. Because I did. And you also got to know I'm not like a Periscope expert. I haven't even scoped 100 times. Okay? So what I'm saying to you is it's there for you. But no good idea ever happens. It's only a dream and it never becomes a goal until 2 things happen. You have to write it down and you have to apply massive action. If anybody's out there on the internet saying, I can make $1 million in the next year, you can't run fast enough from their broadcast. I'm not being a non-dreamer. I'm telling you the truth. Okay, what happens for me happens because of systems and hard-ass work. And so if you're looking for the fix, then the fastest way is to listen to me, because you're going to spend a whole lot of money on stuff that's going to lead you down a black hole. So my name is Marvin LeBlanc. I'm willing to help you in any way. Take advantage of those great resources. And also, please let me know when something went well. I want you to get those referral sheets from me. So go to MarvinLeBlanc.com, shoot me an email. I'll get you those resources. You fix them up if you need to for your industry. And start using those on your desk and start using them in your email today. And give yourself a goal on how many referrals you're going to receive in the next week. Because you have to back it up with intentionality and massive action. So that's my program for today. My name is Marvin LeBlanc. I have time for one question? If not, we'll rock and get off and get back into our day. Referrals are the best. The referrals is the way to go. Okay, buying raw leads that are not worked. Okay, it's still a relationship business. Yes, Mark, call me in a few. I'm here for you. My name is Marvin LeBlanc, and as always, I end by saying I wish you peace. I wish you love. And as always, I wish you gumbo from South Louisiana, Marvin LeBlanc, the Cajun Rambo. Goodbye, everybody.